technologies and pillars behind these new concepts. So the metaverse, the major difference that there is with like a game in virtual reality or previous solutions to help rehabilitation of people is that the metaverse is persistent, synchronized with the lives of humans, and users can join a metaverse or another one when they want. And in this metaverse, the time is the same time as in the normal time of the humans. So we could have live concerts, for example, in a metaverse. And different companies and projects are building these metaverses. And also, for example, Facebook initially, when they renamed to Meta, said that they wanted to become the metaverse, the only one, and the major one. Now they are changing their aim, and also they are trying to be more interoperable, because many other projects and organizations try to build like more open metaverses. And so it's like the web or the internet. It is not only owned by one company, but it's a mix of different powers owning it. So now Meta is moving to a more like interoperable metaverse, and so the metaverse encompasses many different smaller metaverses. And we're going to see another example in addition to Meta, which is called Decentraland. And so they said that it should be full of different experiences with different types of contributors. And so we were interested in knowing if so it was open to users with disabilities, contributors with disabilities. So that's what we started to research. So here, as I said, so we checked Meta, how it is in line with both main pillars as shown in the previous slide, and also Decentraland, which is at the moment a virtual reality metaverse that you can join via desktop, web browser or desktop. But the main difference is that it is a community project running on thousands of servers run by different people in the world, who also have a special economy with a special token. You can buy wearables, collectibles, lands, build experiences in Decentraland because you own some of this token, which is called mana. So the persistence is quite strong, because compared to Facebook Meta, it's not only one company, and one company can always be shut down because the board and the people are in one country usually only, compared to a community of users running servers in many countries in the world. So it becomes more resilient to orders to be closed, because if it's closed in one country, other members in other countries could go on. The asset ownership, so you could wear special clothes that are certified with what we call NFT, non-fungible tokens. So this is the same as cryptocurrency token. It's protected the same way. There is a wallet, and people have their own keys to control the address, what is in the address in the wallet. And so here you could also have like direct ownership, and you don't depend on, for example, Facebook, who could close your account, because your account is protected by MAT, asymmetric cryptography. and so nobody can do something with your account if you still own your key and you have not lost it, or nobody has taken it, stolen it from you. And so this is also quite interoperable because it's built on this technology, cryptocurrency technology, tokens, and blockchains. These blockchains are by default quite open because it's public. Most information, all information in the blocks, for example, in Ethereum, are public. So it's quite open for interoperability. And now, as I said, Meta is moving in this direction also because they have seen they cannot control the metaverse. They can participate to it and maybe be a big player, but the dystopic approach of Mark Zuckerberg initial approach, they are finding it that now that they cannot achieve it. So, so it's only in virtual reality at the moment, Meta or Decentraland. In virtual reality, even before talking about metaverses, there was a study saying that actually these VR headsets are sometimes also not very easy to wear, but for disabled people, it's even worse. So although in other studies, like here, for example, Tariq and al, it's possible to use VR for rehabilitation with a game, a medical game, e-learning, real-world training, and entertainment. More generally, the devices are made for people without disabilities, and so people with disabilities they have a hard time to join. And so we said, okay, let's check on Decentraland. Is it possible for your avatar? Because when you join a metaverse in Meta or Decentraland, you have to choose your avatar. And so we said, okay, you can choose many thousands of pair of shoes, dress, face, style, and so on. And so we said, okay, if a disabled person would like to join, and for example, they were on a wheelchair, could they choose a wheelchair to be not legs, but like sitting on a wheelchair when joining? Because of course we could think that they would like all to be augmented when they join a metaverse. They might want themselves not to show that they're on a wheelchair, but actually we have also looked at that. And so first, when we checked on the left, you see there is a big repository of wearables that you can have in Decentraland. And so when we type wheelchair, there was no wheelchair. So you can have a dress, you can have shorts, you can have a pair of trousers, you can have like special shoes. But at that time, when we did the research, like a few months ago, there was no collectible, no wearable for that. And so this is on the left, the official store, but then also you have some collectibles, wearables on this a store which has other NFTs, because all these collectibles are protected with NFTs, as I said. And so it's OpenSea, and you see when we checked, there were 800 or 700,000 items, but wheelchair was also, it was not possible to find wheelchair. So we extended a search about wheelchairs on OpenSea and checked, but then are users with disabilities on OpenSea, do they show that their disabilities or not? And actually, we found not so many, but a few of them really, even in their profile on OpenSea saying, okay, yes, I'm an artist, but I'm on a wheelchair. So they were really saying it, that they were with a disability. We found also one who who seemed to be on a wheelchair but didn't disclose it, only briefly in one NFT on a representation on a wheelchair, but the profile was not saying that he was on a wheelchair. So you see, it's not always it's not always that users hide their disability. Here you can see on the profiles, you can see that they are on wheelchairs. This artist makes a lot of events on wheelchairs. And so it's not always the case that they want to hide it. So we extended the list of things, of categories that can be done with VR and then metaverse. And in the metaverse, we extended it to then socialization, because you see that you can meet other people in metaverses. It's not only a game, a VR game, but you have other people that you can easily meet. So we added this category, metaverse for socialization, and then also metaverse for earning revenues, because NFT, you might have heard that artists, when they sell NFTs, the price can be high. And we found a few examples of people with disabilities using these NFTs to get more money to help them. So, for example, here a sport on a wheelchair who was raising money with an NFT. And then also here you see in the rugby league, they have a special league with on wheelchairs, and they were selling tokens and they were sold, they got revenues like that. So we have started the metaverse on trying to see how people with disabilities want to be represented and can join metaverses. We have seen that it's not always the case that they want to hide it. So we want to further research those questions by surveying now a number of disabled people who are using these metaverses. And then in the end, to make suggestions to better align the metaverse with the needs of people with disabilities. Okay, so I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much, Jean-Marc.